Hi YouTube. Okay, so I'm getting over a cold, so this vlog is kind of late. But this is going to be pregnancy vlog 20 for week 29 and 30. Currently today I am 30 weeks and 5 days. Like I said, it's kind of late, but I've been getting over bronchitis, so I have a cough drop in. So sorry guys if you hear me smacking a lot, but that's the only thing I can do to help myself as of right now, which I'll go into that a little bit later because I am on some medication for bronchitis to help me out because I also have asthma. So let me go ahead and just tell you where the baby is at right now at 30 weeks. Right now the baby is 17 inches long, and this is crown to foot plus. So baby is definitely longer now, and I can feel him. I can feel him. He is... he's a big one. And I'll tell you a little more about that in a minute because I did have a doctor's visit 2 weeks ago where they did an ultrasound to check for intrauterine growth restriction. Anyway, baby 17.5 inches long, weighs 3 pounds plus, which is awesome. I can't believe the baby weighs that much already at 30 weeks. I can't believe I'm going to be 31 weeks soon. But anyway, 30 weeks and I have like 10 weeks to go. It's crazy. It's crazy. Baby's brain is taking on more contours with the wrinkles and stuff like that, looking more like a regular brain. And the brain is working hard to work on body temperature regulation. Baby is packing on pounds for that reason as well. Losing the lanugo, I think is how you pronounce it. And the greasy burn necks and stuff like that. So it's really exciting to see how the baby develops every week. And now that I'm gaining a pound a week because the baby is at 30 weeks, it's crazy. So anyway, let me go back to week 29 and tell you about my doctor visit. So I had an ultrasound to check for growth in the baby because I am a chronic hypertension person. So my blood pressure has always been up and down from the age, I think I was 25 when I finally got diagnosed. And it's because I'm overweight, you know, so that is definitely my fault. And hopefully after the baby's born, I'm going to work on that a lot more and losing the weight I need to lose to bring my blood pressure to a common number or a more normal number. It's not out of control high, but it's high enough to where doctors are worried about my health. That's why I was put on medication. And if you go back in my vlogs, I talk about what medication I'm on, and they've changed it because now I'm pregnant. So anyway, so I haven't had like any problems this entire pregnancy, knock on wood, at all. And with Jada's pregnancy, it was a lot different. I had a few more complications because of my health. And so I'm like, what is going on? With this pregnancy, I mean, okay, let me just tell you what happened. So this was my glucose screening for this appointment 2 weeks ago. And I also had like the ultrasound. And we were talking about doing a non-stress test. We decided to wait because I was doing so good. And a weight check. Those are the three biggest things. So I go in, I get my weight. I hadn't gained any weight at all. Oh my gosh, in the past. It was like, I think, an 8-week period. I had not gained any weight whatsoever. She was very impressed with that. Because with last pregnancy, I didn't gain a lot, but I think I gained about 26 pounds. And she wanted me to gain 15 pounds because of my weight itself being obese. They have a certain amount of weight they would like you to gain, and a weight gain is safe. And 15 to 20 pounds was kind of pushing it, but I ended up gaining, I think, 25 or 26 pounds with Jada. So this pregnancy, I've only gained, I think, 12. If you count today, I had a doctor's appointment today. We'll talk about that different one. I've only gained 14 pounds total. I'm sorry. Take that back. I take that back. I gained 7 pounds. Counting today would be 9 pounds that I've gained with this baby. So it's really cool to see the difference between my first pregnancy and this pregnancy. At that time with Jada, I had gained probably about 15 pounds at that time with Jada. At 30 weeks with Jada. With this baby, I've only gained 9 pounds thus far. And I'll be 31 weeks tomorrow. So anyway, at that doctor's appointment, I hadn't gained any weight, and it's been 8 weeks. And I was worried. I was like, is that normal? She goes, yeah. She said, with your body type and being obese to begin with, and you're more active now, you're losing your body weight, but your belly is still growing. The baby's still growing really good. Had my ultrasound at that time. Baby was transverse. Let me show you where. The baby's head was here. and the butt was here. So the baby was considered transverse. I'll talk about that in a minute too, because I was kind of concerned about the breech position and being transverse and how that would affect my labor. Baby weighed approximately 2 pounds, 15 ounces, and this was at 29 weeks, or 28 and 5 days. This 29th week of pregnancy. And they said that baby was in the 57th percentile, which was not too big, not too small. They were really happy. Took my glucose test. Results came back that I was at 125, and that was totally normal. I didn't have to go for the 4-hour test this time. Oh my gosh. Protein and urine was great. Blood pressure was 137 or 140 over 80. And they attributed that to the drink, because in the past it was like 120 something over 72. So they attributed that to the drink. And as I've taken it thereafter and reported back, it stayed in the 130, 136 over 80 range. They're mostly worried about the bottom number, and the bottom number has been fine, so they haven't really been worried about my blood pressure at all. She goes, I really just want you to focus on the bottom number. And if the top number gets above 150, then they'll have a problem. But right now, it stayed at the 130, 136 range. The bottom number has always stayed under 80. So they're not really too worried about that at this time. Let's see, what else? We're only 6 minutes in? Crap. I might have to do the two-parter if I can remember everything. I'm so sorry, guys. Everything was just fine, and she was really impressed with the weight gain and everything like that. Iron was perfect. I'm anemic. If you guys didn't know, I told you guys in a previous video, if you look back on my vlogs, I am anemic. So I do take 1 iron pill every morning along with my prenatal pill, which also has extra iron in it. And last pregnancy, I had to do an iron infusion because my iron was so low. But since Jada's pregnancy and having Jada, I continue to take a prenatal vitamin. I continue to take, I had continued to take 1 iron pill every day. So when I got pregnant again, my iron stores were already built back up. So thank God that I did that, and I will continue to do that even if we don't know if we're going to have another one or not. I will still continue to do that, just in case we decide, in a couple of years that we want to try again for another baby. So baby boy's heartbeat was wonderful. I think it was 145 beats a minute. She was, like I said, she was really impressed with this pregnancy, and that I've been trying my best to keep my weight down and make sure I'm exercising more, eating healthy, doing what I need to do just to make sure the baby is healthy and I'm healthy for labor and delivery. What else do I want to talk about, guys? Oh my gosh, 7 minutes. Okay. I think only records for like 10 minutes. So I got to make sure that I say what I need to say and try to get it in one video if I can. So that was doctor visit during week 29. So now in week 30, I talked to my doctor about my pelvic pain. That was the only big complaint, if you guys remember, that I had, was the pelvic pain. And what was happening was my pelvis was grinding. I thought it was pulling apart, but it was grinding together. And so I had a lot of inflammation and a lot of pain to where it was hard to walk. I almost ended up crying one night. My husband had helped me into bed. So she had referred me to I think it was a perinatal physical therapist. And of course, they give you the belts to help hold your belly up and also teach you exercises to use. I didn't end up going, and I'll tell you why. Since that appointment I had 2 weeks ago, the baby has flipped head down, relieved a lot of pressure from my pelvis, and I've learned how to walk better to accommodate that area down there, so I'm not rubbing as much. I don't take the stairs as much if it's not necessary. And if I'm out of work, I go into schools and I have to go get kids and things like that. So I've been telling them, you're going to have to come to me, or we're going to meet in the hallway, or we're going to meet here instead of me climbing up all these stairs to come get you. Sorry about all the ums. I apologize, guys. So anyway, it's worked a lot better that way for me. So with that kind of pain, I've learned how to cope with it better and to use other exercises to work with that, so I did not have to go to a physical therapist. And I talked to my doctor today about it, and she was really happy. And she goes, okay, if you don't feel like you need to go, don't go. So that was that with that issue. So I'm going to do a part 2 of this, guys, and I'll show you a belly shot also. Okay.